Talk about it with Fran Jazz. Today we have two special guests, the co-owners of Home Thesis and the Gentleman's Lab in New Rochelle, New York. Today's guests are Hugo Velasquez and James Amigon. Thank you very much for coming in and being ready to talk about everything amazing.
That's good.
How you guys doing today?
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely, my pleasure. How you guys doing today?
We're doing great. Thank you for this opportunity for us to express, our partnership in business. And we're looking forward to the conversation.
It's my pleasure, literally my pleasure. But let's start from the beginning. Where were you guys born?
Yes, sir.
Well, I was born in California, raised in Mexico for 12 years, and came to the U.S. in 2002 to New York, and I've been here ever since.
That's interesting to go back.
Yeah.
What part of California?
The Bay Area, San Jose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Elbows up, side to side.
I like that.
Gotta put that. Lean like a cholo.
I like it.
Oh, yes. For me, I was born in 96th Street, Manhattan,
Nice.
Metropolitan Hospital. Pretty much lived all my life in New York. My parents decided to explore a little bit, took the whole flock out to Florida, Daytona Beach. This is like my middle school, 8th grade. Then from Florida to the hottest, we went to the coldest, Chicago.
Wow.
And that's where I finished my 8th grade.
Okay.
We didn't like it, so we moved back to New Row. That's where I got to meet James at the high school.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. All right.
We're high school sweethearts.
Nice. I like
The
that.
wifeys are going to get jelly.
I like that. So tell us a little bit about your childhood. What kind of kids were you? What were you into?
Well, since I grew up in Mexico, I'm a very small town, less than 7,000 people.
What city in Mexico?
Morelos, the name of my town is Huajintlan. Very small. I grew up with cows. We had butchery. We sell meat, and that was my childhood till I was 12.
Do you know why you moved back when you were young?
My mom moved here, and then eventually, she works, saves some money, and then she sent to pick us up back in Mexico.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
And
I didn't get to milk a cow, but I had a good childhood. I remember my parents rollerblading in Queens and Flushing, and so we did all that biking. And I grew up with two younger sisters, and so I couldn't complain. I had a good childhood.
nice. What were you guys into? Any sports or anything specific? Video games?
Not much of video games. We were more outside.
Yeah.
We when we became friends in the high school, we got to rollerblade down, all the streets in New Rochelle. We used to go to our friend's house. He had a swimming pool, so we would swim in the pool in the summer. But pretty much be outside. At those days, I'm 30, 35. Well, how old are you? You were like...
This is what I do with every day.
There was no phones, smartphones.
Yeah.
We were outside.
Outside. Absolutely. So what is the house like as a kid? What's the music in the house? What's the food in the house?
Oh, well, for me, it's very humble, I would say. Rice, beans, tortillas, sour cream cheese. That was the
That's not
real.
humble. That sounds really rich right there. You got
That
everything.
was the
right
real,
there.
Sour cream.
authentic Mexican childhood at home until I got here, and then everything became different, different culture. Now introduced to pizza, burgers, and what it is here.
Nice.
Yeah.
But his mom cooks really good.
I bet.
Yeah.
We.
That she does.
I sometimes invite myself. I'm coming through. My pops was always into classic rock, so I grew up listening to Kiss, Queen, Pink Floyd. Throughout. He used to have cassettes at that.
Absolutely.
How it was, and so he would blast that. So when it came to cleaning around the house, it was a mixture of rock, classic rock, and then cumbia.
Nice.
The typical Mexican music, and my mom's also like that disco type vibes. So That's how it was. We lived in a studio apartment in Queens, very tight. Eventually, the family was growing, so that's where Westchester came into the picture. And so now, once we thought Westchester, New Rochelle, from Queens, it was upstate. You know how it was,
100%.
right?
100%.
And they just never went across that bridge. It was just all in New York City, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. So.
And why the move to Florida?
So what I know was that my pops needed. Oh, so we took a vacation down in Florida. We did everything in 1 week. So we're like, wow, this looks incredible. This is beautiful. The central AC everywhere. Bigger space for what you're paying. The complex came with the pool and the lake, and then my mom's had a sister that lived in Florida, so that's why it felt like, all right, if we do anything, we'll go closer to them. But then we found out that work was hectic when it came to distance. From Daytona Beach to Miami, that's like another 3 hours and a half of distance. So then my mom didn't like that, where my dad had to go work for a week, 2 weeks.
Wow.
And not seeing him,
Yeah.
not seeing him.
And what was the food in the house? I don't think we got to that one.
Oh, yes, same thing, it's Mexican food. Especially, my family come from Puebla, so it's mostly very specific dishes that you don't see here in New Rochelle. Mostly people in the Bronx. There's a huge population of Puebla in the Bronx.
Yonkers too,
that's right. And so those typical dishes is what we
name one. I love food.
Yeah.
What
So there's this one that is mole de torta, which you don't see it in restaurants. Very humble food. So it's just that powdered cheese mixed with egg. So you create it into a patty, and then you fry that with red salsa.
Really?
Un molito, and you goes well with beans, rábanos, berros, and so that was
Nice.
a couple tortillas. I'm about to hit my mama right now. Like, yo,
Man, my stomach is
torta for
rumbling.
Friday.
And from your town, anything different that you don't find in other restaurants or towns and cities?
No, I mean, we pretty much have everything here.
Okay.
Especially with mom here.
Yeah.
There's specific dishes that I like pozole o el mole or unos sopes. I'm like, yo, ma, it's time. Or when it's like someone's birthday, I have also 3 sisters, and we each have specific foods that we like for our birthday. So my birthday, there's sopes. For my other sisters, pozole, and that's how it goes.
Nice. I always thought cumbia was Colombian. It's really a Mexican genre?
They have their own version, too.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, they have
Okay.
the Colombian version. We have our Mexican version.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. So let's speed up to when you guys are both in New York. You guys come back to New York around the same age, I'm assuming. It was, right?
Well,
I was 12.
Okay.
Yeah, we did
Junior high school here?
We did 2 different middle schools. So he was in
Okay.
Isaac and I was in Albert Leonard.
Okay.
And in New Rochelle.
Yeah.
Then, that's where we met at the high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So we shared the same class, an English class. I have to share the story, bro. Yeah.
I would love to hear
he
the
was
story.
across
This is his version, right?
we were sitting across the class, and he was a quiet dude. And, I felt bad for him, so I was like, "Shh, vente pa' acá."
Oh, nice.
And so, Miss McKay's class.
Yeah, English class, Miss McKay.
Nice.
And then we were part of like this, what is it, the culture
Club, Hispanic Culture
Hispanic
Club.
Culture Club.
Okay.
Yeah, we were in Religion, which was
That
like
too.
a Catholic teaching for you to prepare to get your first communion or your confirmation.
You're both.
Yeah, both. And
So it was a Catholic school?
no,
New Rochelle High School.
Yeah, New Rochelle High School.
That's
So
interesting.
this was outside of, it was like a program. There was a church, right? So then St. Gabe's started it with Tony. And so a lot of the friends that we had in the high school also attended to the religion class. So it was a fun time. And we would meet Tuesdays, like after 6 o'clock, and it would just be another fun time. Just talk there.
It was like Bible study or something like that?
Kind of, yeah. Just to
Okay.
get you prepared, to do your confirmation.
Nice. Very nice. And what's your relationship with God today?
Oh, that's a tough one, right? I mean,
Let's open up strong.
it's not that I go to church. I don't. I would lie if I tell that I did, but I do believe in God, and I talk to Him in my own ways. That's how I deal
pray,
with God. I
you pray by yourself.
Talk
You
to
say
Him
you don't go to
one-on-one.
the church.
And as we get into, with the gentleman's lab, we're also trying to put that into
All right, cool.
into the lab
All right,
too.
well, we'll definitely get to that.
Yeah.
All right, so high school, you guys become friends. What happens next? College, or you guys continue friendship
No,
after
so
school?
since high school, I would say I had a car first, right?
Yes, you did. You had
So,
the white minivan.
I had a minivan.
Which one?
I had a Dodge Caravan.
I like
White.
that. Was it the box one? Like the 95, 96,
Yeah, it was like
97?
it was like the
My
soccer
family-
mom, like the soccer
Yeah,
mom
so
style.
sliding
Oh, so it was the
door and
nicer
everything.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, like 2000, 2001.
Something like that.
All right.
And that was my car at 16 to go to high school.
Nice.
And I remember him. He worked with his pops, doing side jobs, right? And then he was like, "Yo, you got a car. I got side jobs. You want to work together?
Nice.
Let's go paint." I was like, "Well, I don't know how to paint, but sure, let's go."
Yeah, he
So-
had the vehicle.
Yeah.
The job was in Chappaqua, so the transportation there was take the bus,
Yep.
transfer,
Yeah.
get out of the Metro North, hop on the Blue Line to get out of Chappaqua. That was like at least 2 hour
Yeah.
commute. So James was working at Avenue Deli
I was, yeah.
when I was like, yo, James, let me get a pesto. Let me get a pesto pasta. It was Thursday, so Thursday we'll make pesto pastas at Avenue Deli. And still this day, they still make those pesto pastas. And I was like, yo, what are you doing this weekend? And he's like, nothing. I was like, yo, I got a job, You got the vehicle. Let's go. I'll show you that ways.
Nice. What job did you guys want as a kid? What did you want to be?
Oh, well, I actually have an associate's in criminal justice.
Okay.
So I wanted to be a police officer.
Okay.
So I went to California. I went back to California after high school.
So after high school, you start working with the van, and then you leave
then,
to
yeah.
go. Okay.
We graduated, and then I left. I went to study criminal justice in Cali.
Why Cali?
I wanted to get out of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted something new. I wanted to experience living alone. I wanted that independence. And I was
totally
like,
understand.
I applied, I got accepted, and I was like, Mom, I'm out.
Nice.
And I
But
left.
you also have family in California. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I have an associate's in criminal justice. The dream was to become a police officer. I came back, I took the test, but by the time they call, that was like 3 years later. And when I came back, I needed work, so I started working doing hardwood floors. And 3 years into it, when they called me, I was already making more than what a police officer was making back in those days. And being young, you're thinking money, you're thinking cash, and I was like, why am I gonna go be a police officer making a certain amount of money when I'm making more than that now?
Absolutely.
So I stayed with floors, but I wasn't thinking long
Long-term.
term. I wasn't thinking retirement, 401k.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you regret it?
No, I
There you
don't. I love what we do.
It's meant to be.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you guys lost contact, or you talking
No,
over
we
the
still
phone?
talk. Yeah.
Yeah, through Facebook, I guess, or MySpace.
MySpace
you were
was
still
a-
in my top 8.
So what were you doing after he left?
So I did Bose's in the high school,
Okay.
and so that I chose carpentry.
Oh,
and so
nice.
then after that, they recommend you to work for a professional company. So I that's where the side job came through, because it was in Chappaqua,
Okay.
the company. And so then I continued working for this company, construction company, throughout after high school.
Okay.
And I was there for like maybe 2 years, and that's where I learned all the trades, because he was a general contractor.
Mm.
And so I learned all the, tile tools, framing tools, painting, tiling, and then also just I would drive him around so I would see how he would give estimates,
Mm.
how he would collect money, manage the team. And so it was never boring, because that was always something new. It was not like I painted the whole week and for the whole month and for the whole year. I always did something different. And I would see a full gutted job and then turn into a finish project. So that whole transformation of what the home entails, of a home remodeling, I liked it. So I
Nice.
continue working there.
Nice. So what comes next? You're back in New York. You're still doing this job, and how do you guys reunite? Or did you reunite as soon as you came back?
No, it's not. I mean, we always hanged out after
Yeah.
I came back.
All right.
I think what happened was he started working on his own, and I was still doing floors. He had a job, and he was like, "Yo, can you come do floors?" So, and then we started. I did the floors. He did the carpentry. But Home Thesis still didn't exist. Then from there, I got a call to go work for a painting company, a very high-end painting company. And I took the chance because my back was killing me doing floors. Floors is not easy. I started working doing painting, very high-end. And I was there for 3 to 4 years. And 2 years into it, they started hiring again. And I gave him a call. I was like, "Yo, bro, how much you're making? Where you at right now?" He's like, "Certain amount." I was like, "If you come work for me over here, you start making $5 more."
No, it was more than that. It was like $6 more.
Yeah.
Nice.
And at that
I was
time,
getting 16.
I think, what was that, like?
22. You were like 22.
Oh, yeah, but $22 back in
at that time, that was great.
2016, 2017, that was good money.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
to start off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
And
we
this
started,
was Manhattan.
yeah, we started doing work
Manhattan.
together at that painting company. We worked together for another 3 more years. We worked in the city, we worked in Greenwich. They had separate crews, and that's where we really learned how to master the high-end painting aspect. And through that company, they get jobs, $500,000, $1 million jobs. And through there, it was like, now we have a weekend job. Now we have a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday job. And then eventually it's like we're taking 3 days off, now 4 days off. Now we need the whole week off. And then the boss is like, "Yo, either you're staying or you guys are leaving because, we can't keep doing this."
But what was the other job? What do you mean?
So side jobs.
Side jobs.
Side jobs,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So we still be full-time with the painting company.
Yeah.
But then we will get calls. "Can you come
I
paint a
see.
bedroom? Can you come paint my kitchen?" And we will take this on the weekends. And then eventually part-time jobs turn into a full-time job where the owner was like, "You're staying or you're leaving." And Hugo and I were like, "Well, we have this job right now for a month. F it."
I actually get fired, bro. I get fired from the painting company.
Taking too much time off.
No. This is
It's a separate situation.
separate situation. No one knows. Nobody knows. No, I get fired, and then I kid you not, maybe that was like I get fired Friday. I still get paid. I still get my paycheck, and this is like 9 a.m. So I'm by the Central Park. So I sit down on the bench. I'm like, "Damn, you got fired, bro." So you see pigeons, and I'm like, "Well, this is you take the L. I go home, and then weekend passes by, and then Monday. So the foreman of that painting company, he's like, "I got a job for you, like a company." So I start working for Ralph Lauren now in the city too, and I get
what?
paid more. I got
More
paid
than
more.
the-
Yeah, more than I got paid. I'm like, "Yo, shit.
What are you doing at Ralph?
Fire me again, huh?"
What are you doing there?
Ralph Lauren was more of
The store.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like I didn't know they would make more than painting.
Yeah, no. So we would do the painting for them.
Oh,
for
I
the runway
see.
shows, for the
I see.
for the
Backdrops,
stores.
all the full
see.
finishes.
Yeah. So they would do a lot of special finishes. Like they will make the wall look like leather, make it look like concrete, and so it's fall finishes. So that's where I learned to do that type of exclusive, fancy finishes, and got paid more. And I was just like, "What?" But yeah, I mean, and then like he said, when we started getting all these little side jobs, he would get side jobs by his end, I would get side jobs on my end, and then he'd be like, "Yo, I need help to finish this job." I would go there and help him out, vice versa, and then we're like, "Yo, let's go for it, let's do it." At that time, iPhones just recently came out, so I was having the iPhone, and at that time we was still like that collaboration and documenting everything came natural to us, right? So Instagram existed.
No, it was just through Snapchat. At that time,
Snapchat.
Snapchat was the thing.
Oh, right.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you doing on Snapchat?
That's where we were doing all the posting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because now we
Nice.
get notifications like 8 years ago you were doing the floors. 9 years ago you were painting here. We're like, damn, look how far we came.
Yeah,
Nice. And Snapchat helped with clients. getting clients?
Now with clients, I think Instagram, and we used Thumbtack at that
Yeah.
time. We used Thumbtack
just-
was when it first started, because back then it was credits, and then it turned into real money, like $1. I don't know how much it was to start a conversation with the lead, but through there we would start growing a profile because we were getting great reviews, and so, but that didn't attach with Google, so it was just only on the Thumbtack profile. But it was successful. We met great people through Thumbtack. We
What
did
is
some
Thumbtack?
jobs.
It's like an interest list
Okay.
where
Yeah.
you pay a certain amount of credits, and customer posts, I need my kitchen renovation, and then you pay those credits to be able to talk to the client. It doesn't guarantee you that you get the job, and
Yeah.
it'll tell you like 4 other contractors already talked to that person.
But we tried to take everything through Thumbtack because it was like everything. It was just like from cleaning windows to replacement of floors, and so we tried to take all those like leads, right, and then we would just figure it out. That's YouTube University, right? When we come with the task, we're like, oh, I've never did this before. Well, let's look it up. All right, we needed these tools. We go to Home Depot, buy a toolbox, and just bought all those tools to do that project. So we will get prepared before entering someone's home, and we already know what we're talking about. And it was beautiful because it was exciting. We had new tools to use, and being that we came from a very professional company, protection was key because these clients are very anal when it comes to like dust and everything. So when we came to people's home with that professionalism, they were like, wow, these guys, they're taking the extra mile. Plastic protection on their things, on their valuable things, and then we would do the job.
Nice. When you guys were doing the Snapchat, did you guys have either like advice about it or the vision? Did you guys know what you were trying to do with the app?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
It was just for fun at the
the
time.
content was
was
like
fun.
it is now. It was
Yeah.
just like, let's just record. We're recording what we're doing. We're posting. Our friends are seeing it, and that was it. It was for the fun of it.
Yeah, it was fun documenting everything.
Nice. So what's the next step? Like, I'm assuming the next step would be creating Home Thesis.
I think that was probably like 3 years into working together, because as we were growing, before we used to call ourselves DHI, and which stands for Design Home Improvements,
DHI Concepts.
and everybody knew us as Yo DHI.
Oh, nice.
And that's what we were known for
Yeah.
for that first 3 years. But as we were growing, we realized that you need insurance, you need workers' comp, you need a legit company, especially because you want to get into buildings. And that's when we really had to sit down and we're like, all right, let's figure this out. What do we need to actually become a legit company?
So the whole time for those 3 years, you guys had your own work vehicle just for work?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Our personal vehicle.
A personal vehicle.
That's what I meant. Like, did
Yeah.
you
Worked,
guys
out
get
of
a
the van.
work vehicle? You guys using your personal vehicle at the
Yeah.
time?
I bought
just-
another van, another caravan for like $450. We removed all the seats,
That
Nice.
was a fun time.
and we had those big husky crates,
Yeah.
and that's where we had 4 of those in the back. One was for painting, one was for tiling, one was for carpentry, and in the back of the truck we were cleaning the brushes with thinner and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's how we started.
Beautiful. And then let's talk about when you finally come up with Home Thesis and you go all in. What's that step like? The step from where you were to taking it to the
Well,
next
a
level.
great friend of us,
Yeah. Javi.
Javi Contreras, he's an architect now.
Okay.
And he's also an architectural designer, so very artsy. We were
And we still work together.
Smoking a blunt. We were smoking
Nice.
a blunt at that time.
We were, yeah.
Yeah, we were smoking a blunt.
Nice.
This
We're
just
is,
being creative.
We were thinking
There you
creative
go.
in the garage. That's
That's
how
true, in
everything
the garage,
starts in
yeah.
the garage. And so he was coming up with the logos too. The logos was not it, the one
Yeah.
he came up with, but the name, right?
So as we were contemplating, here you go, and the idea started flowing. We were like, we working in people's homes, so the word home was in there, right? It was just thrown in the air, and then I was like, yo, but we need a thesis, right? Like, what are we?
He said, but what's your thesis?
What's
do
the thesis?
what-
And I was like, that's it, home thesis. Because
like
we
that.
wanted to be different. You know, he wanted to name it, Hugo's Unique Touch. You know?
No, I did.
He did, though. He did.
Before.
I was like, we need something creative because most of these companies, they're like, I'll use his last name again, Velasquez Painting, or, James and Hugo's Painting.
Yeah,
So
Velasquez
we wanted to be
Landscaping.
different, and we wanted to be elevated. And we're like, home thesis. And then our clients will ask, why home thesis? Well, a thesis is a paper, right? You have the idea. We come in as the body, do all the build up, and at the end, we hand you in the conclusion. And that's home thesis.
Yeah,
Like it.
every
You know?
client has their own thesis.
Yeah.
Every client has their own. They come in with all their experiences, and with our experiences, as time goes, we get better and better and better. We coming in with all that knowledge, so it's a melting pot of brainstorming between that
Yeah.
client and ours, right? And so that's where home thesis also it's pushed forward. But they liked it. They liked it.
That's where it came to life. And
Wow, home thesis.
people loved it. We're like, home
Nice.
thesis, that's different.
Yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
So what's the difference between those 3 years and then once you create home thesis? I mean everything, including you have insurance. Do you get another vehicle? Do you have an LLC? Are you putting the name on the vehicle? Phone number, Google. Like, what's the big difference between
I mean,
those 3
until
years?
this day, we haven't even wrapped our van, bro. So,
That's true.
there's this one client that's been with us for a very long time. Like, he saw us that me and him did all the work before, and then he saw us grow, and we start bringing employees, and then start subcontracting, and then managing, and then sometimes we just show up once a day. So he's seen all that growth, and he's like, why haven't you wrapped your van? You know what I'm saying? That's a moving billboard, and we
is.
just haven't had the chance to. But yeah, I mean, we opened up bank accounts, business accounts. We made it into an S corp. It now it became more legitimate. We started exploring what is it, getting a home improvement license. We had to take the test. Where do we take the test? We got to go to White Plains.
Yeah, tell us about that. What is that license?
Home improvement
improvement.
license.
Home improvement license.
Yeah,
And
so
what does
that's
that
for
license
Westchester
cover?
only.
What does it cover? Painting and
So pretty much
more?
it just shows you that what home improvement entails, like what the repairs, anything that involves. So you got to know the basics of it, right? So once you pass that test, which is a written test, it's very easy and quick. It just, with that license, you'll be able to pull permits. You are an official home improvement contractor.
is that kind of like a general contractor, or is it completely different, the license?
No, it's completely different. It's just home
Really?
improvement. Yeah, general contracting. I think there isn't. Is there? A general contracting
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's just a home improvement license.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. And then
Maybe it's the same thing?
we're called general contractors.
Yeah, I haven't
Oh, so
even,
maybe
I haven't
that's what
even
it
seen
is.
I haven't seen the certificate. We just keep renovating it, and then it's already. That's where we submit it.
Nice.
Mhm.
So what comes next?
Then we do have a van. We
Yeah.
got our
Alright, so
first.
you got
we,
the
we-
van.
We got our first van.
License.
We got our
van.
license. We got our insurance, and now, pretty much the first 3 years, it was putting all the money back into the company, because we went from painting to, you guys do tile? Yeah, we do tile. You guys do cabinets? Yes, we do cabinets. You do floors? We do floors, and we never said no. We always say yes to everything, and that's how
Nice.
we started learning and started growing our profile. The first 3 years was just building the name, building our clientele.
hustled,
Yeah,
bro. We hustled. We were, me and him. We had just late nights. Sometimes we skipped meals. There was this one project that we're like, yo, for us to complete these floors, it needs a time frame to dry before you put the next sealer. And we're like, yo, in 4 hours,
we can
it'll
go back.
be 9 o'clock at night. We have the keys to the house. The clients are not there. Are you down? Yeah. So we would go home, we would eat dinner, we would shower, and then we would show up with comfortable clothes. Now we had
Yeah.
chanclas, and we had like shorts, a white beater,
No, yeah, we got videos working till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because we really wanted to hustle and get to where we are right now.
Hmm.
What's the insurance like? Is it insurance for the company?
Correct.
Okay, so
So-
what's that cover? What
It ensures it covers both of us in case something happens, in case we break something at the house, something like that.
Yeah, so it's a 50-50 partnership license. I mean, insurance.
Insurance.
Mhm.
Nice. And you guys have kids at this time yet?
No,
No, not yet.
Still no
I mean,
kids.
I would say
I know, and we were
Then-
traveling a lot, bro.
we did. So
we would just work.
I would
work,
say
work, and
4
then
years, 4 or 5 years into it, then our clientele started growing. We started seeing some money, and we're 26, 27, so we just started traveling everywhere. With
wanna
every
hear
3
about
months,
it.
every 4 months, we're like, all right, fuck it, we out.
I want to hear about it. I love travel.
Yeah.
What do you guys want? Anything that
I think
stands out?
for me, I don't know about you, but for me, the best 2 trips that we took was to explore the entire coast from Washington all the way down to Mexico.
Wow.
We drove 101, no destination,
Those
no
sunsets,
flight
the
back. We
sunrises,
bought a
those sunsets.
one-way to
Yeah.
Washington, to Seattle, and we just explore. We liked it here. We get a hotel here. We keep driving. We like it here. Find another hotel, and
Mhm.
all the way till we made it down to Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hasta Los Cabos. We went to
Correct.
Los
Yes,
Cabos,
to
yeah.
Cabos.
So you rented a car.
We rented
in
a car.
Seattle, and then you gave it back where?
Back in California, back in LA.
okay.
we
So
gave it back
down
in
and
LA.
back up.
Yeah,
Now, how long?
No,
that
no,
trip?
we would leave it at
at the airport.
this airport, yeah. Yeah, so we
Nice.
didn't have to drive all the way back again.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went for a wedding at Seattle.
That's true. Yeah.
And then from there, we're like, let's take advantage. Just take another 2 weeks and just keep going down.
So that whole trip was 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks, 2 different
Nice.
times. It already took 2 weeks to do all of that.
We went to national parks, Tahoe
We went to
Lake,
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Nice.
We went to
I
Turks
liked,
and
I,
Caicos.
I liked Cuba. When we went to Cuba, I liked it a lot. So we went to Cuba and
We
that's
did
how
Mexico.
And at this time when we started Home Thesis, we also became members of the chamber, and that helped us a lot. New Rochelle Chamber. At that time, Jennifer Lancer was there as the president of the chamber, and we took that branding concept seriously. We pounded it everywhere.
Yeah,
you
we were
know,
like, when
Home
people see the
Thesis,
circle,
boom,
HT,
boom,
we
boom.
want people to know what that is,
Mhm.
what it stands for.
So that
Nice.
helped us a lot when they were just like, oh, call Home Thesis, call Home Thesis. We would do these little odd jobs and quick jobs. And so then we would travel a lot. And then every time we come back and do another network event, it's like, yo, you guys are just everywhere, traveling everywhere, slapping those HT stickers at Cuba, California.
Nice. What is the chambers?
The Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah.
That's like, so, tú sabes.
I think it's an association in each city or in each town where they help businesses promote themselves, and they create a networking of just businesses. And they create events every month, or whenever they open a new spot, they have a ribbon cutting, or they're having an event there, so other chamber members or other business owners can get to know that specific owner and see if they can work together, partnership, a collab,
And that's done through the city.
through the chamber.
And what's
Yeah.
what's the chamber though?
So
It's its own business, its own entity.
yeah, it's like a
or-
nonprofit
Okay.
organization that like mostly every town has. Like there's one in Pelham, there's one in Mamaroneck, there's one in Larchmont, New Rochelle, and so they do once monthly events
Hmm.
where all the business owners get to mingle, meet.
Really?
They do it at different business locations.
How do you get involved in that?
Yeah, you just reach out to
New Rochelle Chamber of Commerce or wherever
Yeah,
you live.
You become a member. They have tiers of like membership. We always took the basic ones, and
They put you on their website. They put you on social media.
Mhm.
They blast you. At that time, they had like a small podcast, or they put you on a podcast, introduce yourself, introduce your business,
Nice.
and so that way the community can get to know you.
Is there like a fee to be involved?
Yeah, somewhere around $150 to $200
A
for
month?
the year.
The year?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
great.
it's not an expensive
Yeah.
That's
membership.
great.
And if you go to the Chamber of Commerce website, there's a directory of all the businesses, and you appear there, your phone number, email, everything.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice. Now, let's talk about networking, because I've recently started networking and I see you guys at a lot of events.
yeah,
Talk about the importance of networking.
oof, networking is key, man. I mean, we took it naturally when we started Home Thesis. We loved the whole, collaborating. We always thought that if we had hats with our logos, and if we were able to just put it somewhere that in the picture captures the logo, and then the other person will be able to share it. Again, our logo and brand will still be shown in their profile. So through networking, we got to meet other individuals that represent other things that were like, wow, I didn't know that service existed, or I could use that service for the benefit of my growth of business, and exchanging value. And that slowly stopped after COVID, because then it started with that virtual Zoom, and we were just not a fan of being behind a computer. COVID times we were extremely busy. We were in the field. We were outside.
Yeah, I would say that was one of the most successful times for us, working wise. Just because we adapted very quick, and we saw what was needed. That COVID happened, and then we're like, all right, what's happening now? Well, people need disinfectant. Right away, we bought foggers, we bought the product, we took the certification. Now we offer disinfectant, and we started doing homes, businesses, and now we started adding that service into our home improvement. So when our clients will call us, well, now we do extra services. Now we're gonna disinfect, we're gonna protect, we're gonna put plastic barriers, we're gonna put zippers, we're gonna put the air scrubber,
air purifiers,
and all of that to the client was like, perfect. I like it.
We will isolate ourselves, and we had the whole canvas to do our home remodel. And then when it came to conversation with the client, we would do text messages, conversations through video, phone, and then potentially they'll walk into the space 6 feet away with our mask on, right? But crazy times.
Crazy times. I hated those times. It changed the world.
Oh, it did. It
Everything is so
did.
different from that point forward. It's crazy. And Home Thesis show? What's that?
Those are just little
Oh, it still shows up like that? Yeah.
clips,
What is it?
life events.
Yeah, so
We're creative.
Still shows up like that? What do you mean?
no, so we started.
How'd that start?
We
Yeah.
wanted to start a podcast, and we started with Final Take Studios, and so
What's that?
so it was like very similar to this concept where we had our studio podcast, and we wanted to start our own Home Thesis show, which is like just mostly catered for the home improvement, bringing into architects, designers, what it is to pull a permit, the law of it. And so I think, at this time we did too much that we weren't able to put more effort onto Final Take Studios and the Home Thesis show. Because at this time, too, we also branch into the Gentleman's Lab.
Yeah.
Perfect time. Yeah, I wanted to get into that too.
Mm-hmm.
So let's finish with the show. You still doing it, or what's
No, I
going
mean,
on?
we still have all the equipment.
Okay.
We have all the cameras, all the microphones, and we wanted to show people what it is, the life of a contractor on a daily basis. But like he was saying, we had too much going on that we couldn't focus ourselves 100% into it. We put someone else in charge, and things happen when you put too much responsibility on other people.
Absolutely.
And then your vision just gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Gentleman's Lab happened.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
What was that? What was the seed? What was the reason for that?
Well, at this time we were doing really good.
Okay.
We landed a over $1 million project in Connecticut, and so we had a lot of money. We didn't know how to act, and
That's true. No, it really is. I mean,
and you learn from these lessons because we both come with parents that didn't know businesses. We learned all this through the hard way. We got fined, we got penalties and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But here we are at this position where we got money, and we're like, let's go get another source of income coming in. And so there was the opportunity of it used to be a barbershop. It used to be Prestige, and the stations were there, the barber chairs were there. I just needed that Home Thesis love. And so that's where we came in, and we elevated the space and brought it into a more of a luxurious finish. His father's in the stone business. His father opened a stone company, so then he brought in the stone to be able to put it onto our stations. And then we got into all right, so what? Here we are now. So what do we do next? We got to hire barbers. All right. So we're like, how do we
thought
do
we
that?
know business, and we're like, that's all you need.
Right. Like, do you cut hair? No. Do you? Tampoco. So it stayed shut for like 4 months, because then Home Thesis just picked up, and then we were just we're like, all right, it's fine. Let's just continue paying rent for the barbershop. It doesn't matter because we were making money in Home Thesis. We're like, just keep going, keep going. Eventually, we had some time to be like, all right, we gotta do something with this space. So then Chris came into the picture, full-time barber, and he took the whole barbershop for 1 year almost, right?
Almost a full year by himself, and he became the star. I mean, without Chris, we would not be here.
Nice.
That's for sure. And it helps that he had the vision that we had of where we wanted to go with Gentleman's Lab. We wanted something, just how Home Thesis is, it's a higher end product. That's where we wanted the Gentleman's Lab to be, a higher end product for men. For men to go where if you have your kid, you want your kid to have that type of experience, than from your normal barbershop. Not that I'm saying that there's something wrong with that, because there isn't, but just an elevated experience. Because there's a niche for everything.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's clients for everyone.
Absolutely.
And the experience of these kids coming to the barbershop, and then the parents reaching out back to us, and they're saying that the confidence, and then the just the vibes inside in the shop, they felt like
men,
like men. Yeah, because like I got my head washed, it was calm, I pampered myself, and I came out feeling good and confident. And so some of them are like, the price is not that low, but I don't mind paying for that price if my son feeling like this.
Nice. Yeah. And so why barbershop? Why did you guys choose that as your next venture?
Well, we understood that in the realm of the barbershop, the barber cuts everyone's hair. So it's like we created our own community hub, a place where it's concrete, a storefront. Home Thesis didn't have that. Home Thesis is out there in the field, jumping from people's homes to homes. So now having a place where it's stapled, where we could come and meet an individual and meet other people, it's like it grew a lot of opportunity. And now we're able to host our network events there, do anything we want with the space, basically. And so through this platform, through this software, Squire, we're able to get all these reports of like when is the slowest day, when is the most efficient day, which product sells most, which anything, all the reports. And we'll be able to text blast all the clientele. So now we're up to 400, closer to 500 members, clients in this database. That anything that's happening, right, we're able to text blast, email blast to all of our clientele.
Nice. And are we around the time where the kids start coming in?
By then, yeah. I mean,
yeah, I have 4 kids.
My man, God bless.
Yeah, God, I need that. I need all the blessings. No, Gentleman's Lab is just a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to 2 years.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm in a blended family. I raised pretty much all the kids, right? Two of the oldest are from Maria. They're
an alumni
11.
of this show.
Yeah, 11 and 12, and they're both now in middle school. But I know them since chiquitos, and then me and Maria have the youngest one, que tiene 2 añitos.
Nice, God bless.
Yeah, so and she goes to his daycare.
You got a daycare, my man.
I also own a daycare. It works out. We'll do your kitchen. We'll get the husband groom, and then we'll take care of the children.
Nice, the necessities. I see what you guys are doing.
But it works out. Like whenever we do a home improvement, there's a husband, there's a boyfriend, there's a son, and we're like, send them to the lab, get a free haircut. They like it, they come back. So now we get another client.
Yeah.
And if they don't, like a drug dealer, you get the taste.
You said that.
Yeah, and if they don't like it, the only thing we ask is to share it at any social media platform.
Share, give a review.
That's
it.
Review.
Nice. Or tell us how we can improve it to
but
give a better experience.
Tell me, which home improvement contractor is giving free haircuts?
0. I never heard of that.
Exactly. There
That's
you
genius. Go. I like it. Tell us how the big difference, because you guys were making money, hustling. You didn't have to be home at a certain time. You guys are traveling, and then continuing the business and the hustle and then throwing a family in the middle.
Well,
So tell us
yeah.
that transition, the big
I'm sure
difference.
he also felt the transition too, because
bet.
then
Yeah.
you know he started traveling by himself, and that became so lonely. I have nobody.
Wait, what happened? You settled down before him, so he was still
Yeah.
Well, he has no
traveling?
kids. Yeah, he has
I have no kids.
Oh, still? Okay,
yeah,
nice.
I still have no kids,
Very
you know,
nice.
but now I got to share his time. So he's with me from 7 a.m.
now-
to 5 p.m. After that, you know,
Yeah,
it's
this
Maria.
is my longest distance This is my longest relationship. So you know, I
For
gotta
real.
keep him happy. I gotta keep Maria happy. I gotta keep the kids happy.
Absolutely.
Cancelo.
I bet. That's literally why I'm bringing it up too. 'Cause you're already doing too much, and then
Yeah.
to
We
throw
are.
in a whole family.
Every single day.
That family
you know?
dynamic is a full-time job on its own.
It is a full-time job, but I tell you what, though, the kids keep my heart going.
Nice. Yeah, they do.
like I can't stay still because there's no staying still at the crib. You know, I'm always doing something, but I thank God that I have a great partner associate. Don't make me cry.
No, I would love to.
No,
I would
okay,
love
okay,
for you to
okay.
cry.
Just like crying.
I've had
Just
only
like
one
crying.
cry on this show. I would love another one.
Llora.
Nah. No, the kids make me soft. Not. But he understands. He understands what it is, you know.
I'm waiting for it.
He's
I'm looking at your eyes like, yo, drop it.
Llora, güey, llora. We need that. We need that.
That's what the ratings.
That's what makes it go viral.
Yeah, 100%.
No, but it helps out that, you know, that we both have a like-minded, you know, mind, and that we know where we want to go. We have the vision, and sometimes I may be busy and he's there. Sometimes he's busy and I'm there, and it works perfectly.
Nice.
I know a lot of partnerships don't work out, but this one, you know, we're lucky enough that it did.
Amazing.
And August, we'll be doing 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
10 years with
Nice.
Home Thesis.
Congrats. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
And to see how far, you know, we came, it's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Any plans for kids?
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah. I enjoy traveling.
The freedom is nice.
I enjoy peace. Not that I'm saying that he doesn't have peace, but my sisters have kids. You know, I have nephews. I have 6 godchildren, and I think that's enough for me.
Nice.
You know, play
He's
with
el
them.
padrino.
Here you go. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. And now with
Absolutely.
my new adventure, childcare provider, that I just opened a daycare. My second steps. That's what it's called.
Nice.
In Rochelle. That's enough kids.
Nice.
Yeah, that's enough for me. After 6 o'clock, here you go. Thank you.
I love that. And today, what is the difference between marketing back then, let's say those 3 years before Home Thesis, and marketing now? What's the big difference?
I think social media for us, first of all, we like photography and we like taking video. And when the social media just blasted, it just became natural to us, where everything that we did, we always recorded. I'll show you my phone. We got over 5,000, 6,000 videos and pictures of just work.
Yeah, we
Nice.
got to
Throughout
get 1
all
terabyte.
of experience, you know, of Home Thesis and now the Gentleman's Lab.
Nice.
But honestly, I would say right now, thanks to social media, over 50 to 60% of our work is through social media.
Wow.
That's how we get all of our work, and the rest is just
And it's free.
Yeah, and it's
That's free.
free, and the rest is just word of recommendation, all clients, and our Google reviews. You know that we have amazing reviews.
Nice.
We have an amazing clientele, and we're lucky to be where we are.
Nice.
Yeah.
What platform do you guys prefer for?
Well, Instagram, because
Instagram.
Instagram is tied into Facebook, so whatever you post on Instagram, it automatically posts on Facebook. And just recently, I haven't even checked my Facebook messages, but I've gotten a lot of conversations that I was like, wow, I need to go start checking there also, because I don't get the notifications, and I just got to maybe set that up. But I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I just saw this message. Are you still interested to, you know, for
Yeah.
a quote? But I mean, before, yeah, we were into all these platforms that we were paying, and then we're like, bro, Instagram and Facebook has been.
We did everything. I mean, we did Penny Saver,
Nice.
we did Stop and Shop ads on the carts,
Nice.
money mailers.
What's that?
So there's this company that you create a flyer and then mail it to the house, to people's homes.
It
And
was like 30 coupons. or
you
30
pick
flyers.
a radius, you pick up zip code, and you're like, this is where I want my flyers to go to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's nice.
We did billboards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's jump into is it worship and network or network and worship?
Worship and network.
And
Yeah.
network.
and
How did that start and when did that start?
So I didn't get a chance to talk about my God experience, but at the age of 21, my family grew up Catholic, and then at this time, my aunt, who I told you about, lived in Daytona Beach, moved to New York, and because of personal situation, family situations, and so my mom catered the family to our home, and she was into the Christian religion, and so she said one time, she's like, God wants to tell you something, and let's pray about it. I thought we prayed for 5 minutes. I'm at age 20 right now, so I thought we prayed for 5 minutes. It was an hour and change that we were in deep prayer, and so that was like a life-changing experience. And then from right there, I completely changed my life, where I just like left alcohol, left marijuana, left my circle of friends, and just started seeking God. So then I got involved into the Christian college in Nyack. So right after work in Manhattan, I used to go to school. And that's when I started studying Christian thought, Christian psychology, Christian philosophy, the Old Testament, all that. So then I started becoming very into seeking God in a Pentecostal church, which was very, very strict church. So then in school, I lost myself because it was a lot of branches, a lot of denominations. I didn't know where to belong. I was like, I don't know if it's Pentecostal, this church or that church. So
This is college?
I stopped. I went to college.
So college, did you say it was a Christian college?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean there's other denominations? Can you explain that?
So yeah. So for example, in the classroom, there was a lot of classmates where everyone came from different types of churches: Baptist church, Catholic church, Pentecostal church, all these denominations. And so then when it came to class discussions and projects, we were all hearing other people's perspectives, right? Everyone came with different customs and traditions, and so under the umbrella of the Christian faith. So all that for me was a lot and confusion, just recently got into that involved. So I stepped away, and then I came back into the realm of seeking God.
What do you mean you stepped
church.
away?
So I didn't go to church at all. I stopped going to church.
And this is after the experience with your aunt?
Yeah, this is well, that
A few years
experience. Yeah, like 2 years after that.
Oh, I see. So you started college first, and then you stepped away, and then your
Right.
aunt came in with the
No,
with
my
that
aunt came in
experience.
first. That's where I started going into a Christian college,
Oh, okay.
because that kind of like started my journey.
Yeah.
Where it pushed me. And so then after that whole confusion, that's where I stepped away. So now I'm at the age of 22, 23.
I would love to hear more about that. Why the step away if that impact was so...
Well, so again, there was a project that I did in school where I put myself in all these churches on purpose. My topic was to study the different types of worship. So I sat myself in a Greek Orthodox service and just observe and analyze. I went to the Jehovah Witness, and I went through a service, and I studied Scientology. I was hoping to look for Tom Cruise, 'cause Tom Cruise is into that. And so Baptists, Lutherans, Episcopals, all that. And then I was just like, bro, everyone's reading this book of the Bible, but they're all in their own way. So I was like, I don't even know where should I dwell? Where should I start my community? So all that was confusion. So that's where I stepped away from it. Slowly stepped away,
To observe and just take it in and then figure it out.
Right. So
taking your
then,
time.
So then I stopped going to church. Then that whole thing stopped. But just recently, I'm sure you know Vinny Brusco from the Agora Social
Absolutely.
Club. I started doing that last year in December. And so these individuals coming together into the space, and I was watching his stories. He's also reading scripture, using the scripture to grow, self-analyze, and seek God for guidance for a better version of oneself. That slowly started like getting my interest back. And what really sparked it was that through the gentleman's lab, Chris cuts a pastor's hair. Pastor Andy from Trinity Church in Larchmont. And last year, for Father's Day, he bought a amount of products for giveaway for Father's Day. And so then this was on a Sunday, me, James, and Chris attended to this event where Chris was able to give some complimentary haircuts, and then he gave all these products for free for all the fathers.
Nice.
And so when I was there, it's like, this is me coming back to a church service after years. And I was like, well, I can see myself coming here. But this was like last year, June. And then this year, January, is when I was like, all right, I want to start. I was seeking more of community, more of like, I want my kids to hang out with other kids that have that same mentality of Christian faith, because I think that the Christian faith really holds a good definition of what good values are.
Let's talk a little bit about the college. It sounds very interesting. So in the college, there were, you didn't say ceremonies. You said, was it mass or whatever? So you say you tried multiple. It's all in the school?
No. Okay. So this
Okay.
was just like a project that I took on myself. Like
I see.
I chose to study the different types of worship in the different types of Christian churches, right? And so that's the topic that I
see.
found it interesting. So for me to really experience it, I really needed to put myself into those services.
Nice.
But it's not like the teacher was like, hey, go do this.
I thought it was part. I thought it was like
No,
part of the
no,
school
no.
just to learn about all of them.
I was very curious. I was very
Okay.
curious when it came to the Christian thought.
You took a long break. I had no idea.
That was a long break. Yeah.
It was very recent.
Yeah, really, yeah. And now very recent, I'm
Back.
I'm
again.
back.
Well, you never left. You just never found the right place to go.
This is why he's my partner. You see that?
I like
You see?
that. So the worship and network, that comes next.
So I think through networking,
Okay.
all the past years.
But is it networking just like business wise?
Just
Nothing to do with worship.
No, we're
Just
networking
business-wise.
We feel like this year was the year that started paying off. All the 10 years that we put into it, this year was the year that we saw all the fruits from going to all of these events. And that's where Eddie came into the picture. That's where he met him.
I met Eddie Wezel through Agora Social Club.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't know he was Christian. Right. And it was like a dad's group. So we're all fathers in this group, and we exchange informations. And then he was like, "Hey, I want to hear more of your story. When is a good time to hop on a call?" I'm like, "I'm actually free right now. You want to hop on a call?" Again, it turned into like a 2-hour conversation, and we just start talking about God. And so it's like that seed has been watering with all these people that I've been surrounding myself with, right? Through the Agora Social Club, through Eddie, and then his vision was like, man, I've been wanting to do something like this, where entrepreneurs in faith just comes in and just, in the church, there's a lot of business leaders, a lot of business people, and they don't even know each other. So wouldn't it be beautiful if they could collaborate and do business and then just help each other out in service and then exchanging value within the church? So it's like, but not necessarily has to be happening
At a church.
at a church. This is an everyday thing. This is like everywhere you go is where you could have, you minister. You do God's work at every single day.
Have either of you ever heard where the Bible is kind of like a dense self-development book in a sense?
Yeah.
So what I'm getting from what you're saying is successful people usually have that faith.
Correct. Yeah.
Because the faith straightens you out.
It shapes you. Yeah.
It gives you that clear vision, the goal, and you can and it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Where people that have faith are usually successful in some way or another.
Right.
Yeah.
That
And
makes
Hugo
perfect
and I
sense.
were individuals that if you have an idea and we can help with that idea, let's go. Let's
Let's
do
make it happen.
And we're people that were like, let's do it now. Like, let's not wait. You know,
I
let's
like
not
that.
create this 10-year plan and wait. Let's do it now and see if it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with Eddie. He's like, yo, I want to do this, and we're like, well, we have the gentleman's lab. We have a space. You want to do it at the barbershop? Who does that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's
Well,
nice.
it was funny how it all happened because Eddie Wezo came in for a haircut,
Ah.
and then in the process of getting a haircut, Komodo artist Dylan from the Circle with Tony Peck, he had all his art displayed in our barbershop. So he showed us up. He shows up with Rob, which Rob gives him an interview, like a quick interview in the barbershop. Then the owner of 179 Dario pops in. We're all there, and we're having this crazy conversation, brainstorming of entrepreneurship and business. And Eddie's like, dude, this is crazy. I just came here to get a haircut, and I came here with connections,
Yep.
and I exchanged numbers, and then the dancing of thought of just business, right, happened right there naturally. And that's what happens at our barbershop, you know, because we're constantly popping in, popping out, and we're there just like, hey, nice to meet you, you know, we're always doing something in that barbershop. So that's when he's like, do you guys down to do an event at the Gentleman's Lab? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So now we're having church at a barbershop.
And we're going into our fourth.
We're going to our fourth,
Our
yeah.
fourth every fourth month.
No,
Every month,
fifth.
fifth month.
Yeah, we're going to
Nice.
our
So every
fifth.
month we do one. We always ask for feedback, and then based on that, we keep adapting. And we get 20, 30, 35 people now that show up to the
Nice.
barbershop, and all with the same goal. How does God help you in your daily life and in your business?
Yeah,
Nice.
we're just there with the space. Eddie is the one who's just starts with the intro, and then it's amazing how the collaboration works because, like, with us collaborating with that, you know, his viewers, his audience came into the space. Our audience and viewers and friends came to the space. That mingled, and that already started something. Like people are already collaborating and started doing other things outside of those events.
Nice. What's the goal with it?
I think he just recently spoke about it on the podcast on Sunday. You know, it's this is new. When he said it, he was just planning to do a one-day thing, like one-time thing, and it's just people are asking like, hey, when's the next one? People are asking like, hey, I can't believe I missed this one. Let us know when is the next one. And so, you know, we're just gonna keep going. You know, monthly things. We want to do other things where Eddie wants to do like more of a family thing, you know, outside picnic, and still do the worship and network. That way, the kids get to mingle with other kids, and that could also spark something, right? Where, you know, new friends, new friendships.
Nice. And with Home Thesis, what's the big goal?
I think that's a big one.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Sounds so successful already.
it sounds right. I mean,
Yeah.
and to a certain degree, we are successful to where we are. I think we're just trying to organize our back end now. Because before we just going with the flow, see how far we can get. And as we grew, we learned that we need the backside, the office, the foundation fixed first, so we can take the next step. Me personally, eventually, I would like to franchise it
Nice.
and see how far we can go with that.
Nice. That's a big goal. I like
Yeah.
it. Love it. Who's the first person you think of when you think of success?
You.
I like that. Thank you. Nobody ever said me.
I hope I go viral.
In my case, I would say my dad. My
Oh,
dad
man.
is definitely my role model. He's my stepdad, but my stepdad raised me since I was 12. So everywhere I go, I introduce him as my dad. And to see how he came, because he got with my mom when he was 21. And if I put my shoes in himself when he was 21, I cannot do that. I would not be able to do what he did. And to able to raise kids that weren't his kids, grow up from a house with 2 bedrooms to finally 3 bedrooms, to him helping me having my first car, and seeing him grow and start his own business. you know.
Very successful.
Yeah, and to see where he's at now with my mom, and having that great partner, I think that's amazing.
Nice.
And to where they have a home in Mexico ready to retire. They have a home everywhere.
Nice.
You know,
Everywhere.
we have a house in Catskills that we get
Nice.
to use, and to have that, especially
It's a blessing.
yeah,
That's
coming
the
from where I
American
came
dream
from,
for real.
Yeah.
from a very small town to what we have now. I'm rich.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And I get a little bit of that too, the blessings, because the family got to enjoy the Catskills home
Nice.
recently too, so it was nice.
Nice. What are 3 things you need to be happy?
3 things to be happy.
That you need to be happy?
I think for me personally, I need to be I need to be good in myself, like within myself, right? So definitely the physical when it comes to, this is pretty much the longest discipline that I've done when it comes to working out.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that has really affected my life when it's like, all right, I feel good about myself, I'm focused, I'm energetic, and I need that, especially, going home after just a lot of thought and managing business, and then going to be a father. And then the mind, right, just to be able to think clearly and have that focus is good. The spirit also, that feeding into the spirit. I think that once a week, which is Sunday. I love going to church. I look forward to going to church. My kids love going to church now. It's like, I feed my spirit, and that's to feed my spirit once a week, like it's generating. So that all these things make me full and happy. And then I become a better version, right? Become
Absolutely.
a better partner. I become a better father, a partner for Maria. So it's like, all that.
Absolutely.
Therapy too. Therapy, thank God for therapy.
Let's talk about that. You go. You actively
yeah.
go.
Once a month. I mean, once a week. I every Wednesday. Like you said,
Wednesday.
Yo, don't scare me like that, bro. I jumped.
It's a good day. Hump day is a great,
Yes,
great day of the week.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So tell us about that. How long you been doing it? And because literally, it's a lot of these questions are for the viewer.
Yeah, yeah.
They can see what it's like. It's an inspiring story. Open people's minds to certain things. A lot of people are shut off, especially men, are shut off to therapy.
Bro. And again, Maria, the kids, all the kids they do therapy. I was the only one not doing therapy. They go to therapy once a week.
Wow.
And it's not like something's wrong with you. It's just that
it's like maintenance.
Right.
I like that.
It is like maintenance, because it's like it all goes back to you. It's just like, we sometimes don't really analyze ourselves, and it takes another perspective to make you realize, like, dude, I could handle that better.
Absolutely.
And so you get these tools to be able to implement that in your life, and then in the long run, it becomes you start seeing the growth. Like, wow, I did handle that good. Before my tone of voice would have been higher, or I would have handled it differently. But again, going back to the Agora Social Club, that was deep. I didn't know what that whole thing was about, and so my first experience was pretty mind blown. It was life changing, honestly. Just getting surrounded by men and just be able to do that deep breathing at first, and then getting to really analyze what you're feeling inside and where does it hurt. Like he would start like, all right, talk about where do you feel that weight? Where do you feel it? I feel tired, and I feel all the pressure right here. And then it gives you the flexibility to speak. And then it's a safe space, and it felt so good. I left that day, and I told Maria, I'm like, wow, that was different. I'm ready for therapy. I really want to go explore that. So then I explored my therapy sessions, and then I started doing one-on-ones. And bro, I look forward for that too. So that's fulfilling.
Nice. And let's talk a little bit about the exercise and whatever else you changed. Exercise, people think it's all about the physicals for losing weight, but the bigger benefit is the mental benefit.
Right.
So tell us about that change. And did you change your diet too, and anything else?
Well,
with it?
it kind of like works hand to hand, right? I didn't go to the extreme sense where I just like, hey, I stopped eating chips. I'm a chip person. I love chips.
I love chips too.
I love chips.
I'm
My
not
whole
into
family loves
sweets,
chips.
but some salty
I don't
all day.
I don't like sweets too. This guy's a sweet person, bro.
I'm into sweets. I'm on the desserts.
He's always getting a freaking cheesecake after a meal, and I'm like, bro, ¿cómo te cabe eso? He said, no, I got room for sweets, and I'm like, I'll get another chela. That's my dessert.
What is it?
A beer.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, so you started drinking again?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I thought you stopped when you were like 21 when the experience with your aunt.
No, at that time, yeah. Then I said slowly started getting back
Back to the real world.
But craft beers were my shit.
All right.
Yeah, craft beers. I love craft beers. And
Nice.
then I started noticing that those craft beers.
Absolutely.
So then it's like, and then we started a challenge in January. You're still going strong, but
Really? What is it?
I did 4 months with no drinking.
Okay.
And then I, it's hard when you come from a Mexican family, especially when
100%.
Maria's parents come back from Mexico and they bring that mezcal.
How you going to say no?
Exactly.
Bro, and then sometimes they're mixing it with tea, platos.
I never heard that.
Oh,
That's
it's
nice.
good, bro.
I hear tequila's good for
Yeah.
but mezcal, I didn't know.
Mezcal, yeah, she would make some teas and it's hot, and then you put the mezcal.
Wow.
Bro, it puts you right to bed.
That's nice.
You forget you're sick.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. That sounds good.
Luego te mando la receta.
Amen. And you're still going strong? No drinking?
6 months.
Wow. And what was the reason behind that?
Him and I, we always go out to eat everywhere. And I noticed that, me personally, I started drinking a lot. And there was a few times that, I went over it and I went home and blacked out. And I felt like my liver needed a break. My body was telling me something. And I was like, I need a change.
Nice.
And I got a physical. I went to my yearly checkup, and they were like, "Well,
Your liver.
you're almost pre-diabetic."
No.
They were like, "You're not there for me to give you medicine yet, but you gotta change your lifestyle."
It wasn't the beer, it was the cheesecake.
Actually, yeah, if it's the sweets,
Right?
yeah, that makes sense.
So I was like, you know what? I need a change, and that was
Defending the beer.
that was the first thing I cut, the drinking. And I was
Damn,
like, you
but
know
not
what?
the sweets.
I changed.
Okay.
I changed the diet. I changed
All
what
right,
I was eating, and I started running.
Nice.
And since January till now, 40 pounds lighter.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm
These
on
are
medium
actually-
now.
These are actually his.
Yeah. This,
No.
yeah, for real.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
So he has a brand new closet from all my clothes.
You do too now.
I do too. So I've been buying everything medium. I mean, I haven't seen medium probably since like
Junior high school?
almost, yeah.
Me
like
too.
at least
Now
18
medium.
years,
And that was junior high for me.
Yeah, and I was like, it's amazing, what the body can do.
Yeah.
And and we just actually, this is our second day for me back at the gym with him.
Nice.
Started at Alta Fit right there in Rochelle.
What's it called?
Alta Fit.
It's a
Alta? I don't think I know.
CrossFit gym.
Oh,
City
nice.
Park, by City Park.
I'm not familiar, no. But that's
Where
good.
you went to get the tacos? From
Tecas
Tecas
Tacos?
literally
Oh.
right behind that.
Bro,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
just made my mouth watery with that
No.
taco or la salsita que...
That was
bro.
a lengua taco. My God. That was the best thing I had off of that truck.
Yeah.
Man, that's good.
So it's our second day going there now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. Good stuff. And, man, I forgot it was a question about therapy. Did you start therapy?
So I don't go to therapy. My therapy is my motorcycle. No, for real.
Yeah, it makes sense because what therapy is, it's really, well, not what therapy is, but a healthy mindset is
Correct.
to cut the distractions.
Yes.
Focus on one thing. And then you kind of quiet your mind of all the other chaos.
Absolutely.
And when you're on a bike, you have to focus
That's
on
it.
every second.
Exactly.
Every pothole, every vehicle around you. So I get that 100%.
Yeah, so I'm in a motorcycle club.
There you go.
My club is worldwide, world over.
No way.
Yeah. Iron Order. That's the name of my club.
Interesting.
And, that's my my escape for me. Where I get to travel anywhere in the 50 states, and I can call, even though I never met them, but because we all earn the same patch.
Yeah.
We're all brothers, and we all come from different paths. But once we put that vest on, it's like, you're my brother.
How do you earn the patch?
You gotta work it.
How?
You gotta hang out with whatever club you like. You gotta see if that club is for you. Eventually, if the club members like you, they invite you to a period that it's called prospecting, and that's where you're not a member, but you're initiating to become a member. And
Probation.
a probation period, where they're gonna put some task on you and see if you can handle it, put your situations, and if they like you after a certain amount of time. For me specifically, it took 11 months, and after 11 months, that's when I became a full member, full patch.
What like tests do they put you through? Driving tests?
Well, you gotta go to rides. You gotta meet brothers. You gotta get to know the club. Get to know what the brothers are all about. They put tasks like you gotta find 30 brothers from different states and connect with them and see what you can find out from that club and their experience.
Wow.
I know some other clubs might put you to watch the bikes or embarrass you or anything like that, but not in my case. For me, it was all about the brotherhood.
Yeah, it makes sense. Find 30 others, and then if they like you and they're initiated, then you're good people.
Yeah,
right?
the past weekend
sense.
I came from Syracuse. We had a meeting with some brothers from the whole New York State met up in Syracuse.
Wow.
So I met brothers that I'd never seen before.
How many?
We were probably close to like 25, 30 brothers that met up in Syracuse.
Nice.
And we just hang out, talk, had lunch, and then some brothers stayed over, fire pit, and some others went home.
What do you ride?
Street Bob, Harley Davidson.
Nice.
Yeah. So to be in my club, you got to ride, not specifically a Harley Davidson, but a cruiser bike, not a sports bike. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Very nice.
I have an electric scooter.
No way.
No, but I love it. I mean, I went to Curacao with the club.
No way.
Yeah, we got brothers in Curacao. We never met. The beautiful part is that I called them. Be like, hey, I'm brother Chicano from New York. That's my road name, Chicano.
Nice.
And they picked me up at my hotel. They gave me a bike, and every day they were outside my hotel to take me to explore the island.
I was going to ask, do you have to ship your bike everywhere?
No, they help you out. They provide you with a bike.
That's crazy.
I went to Oklahoma twice already. They gave me a car. They gave me a hotel. They take
When
me
you
out.
say gave you, they're really just giving it to you?
They're like, here's the keys. You do whatever you got to do.
That's crazy.
They're like parties from 6 till whenever.
Wow.
That's the type of brotherhood.
Stuff. Yeah.
And you meet brothers from all over there. And, we have once a year, we have our national party. And you get to meet other brothers. And if you come to North Carolina, you have a bed in my house.
Wow.
That's the type of brotherhood there.
That's real brotherhood right there. That's nice. Kind of reminds me how like college, not fraternities, but like that. What is it? Fraternities, right? Yeah. Where it's like they disperse around the whole world because people move on, but they always have that unity. And like once a year, you have that meeting. That's amazing.
What I love about it.
I didn't know that about. So when you say worldwide, like
we were in Germany. At some point, we were in France.
Wow.
We just started in Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah. Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico for a party. That was amazing.
I bet.
Yeah. Aruba.
Wow. Aruba.
Suriname. I mean, we're all over.
That's
all
amazing.
50 states. Hawaii.
That's amazing. Very nice. What's the most exciting thing you ever did? Whoever wants to jump in on that one.
You're on a roll.
He's trying to rest after that long speech.
I mean, I think the most exciting part, I'd probably say for both of us is the fact that we're not rich, but we're rich in our own way to where we have free time. If he needs to go do something with his family, with his kids, at school or whatever, he knows that he could go do that, even if it's at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., it doesn't matter. He has that freedom.
Nice.
And I think time is the most valuable thing that you could have. And to be able to do that at any given time, any day, that's the best part of how far we are where we are right now.
Freedom is the most important.
You nailed it.
Yeah, freedom is the most important thing. Absolutely. How about you? Same answer?
No, yeah, same answer.
All right, I like that.
We both trust each other that we get the shit done. We get work done, and then when we finally get to meet, we just figure it out and get it done. So, you know, I have the flexibility to drop off the kids to school, pick them up. You know, if something happens, I'm there, and he understands too. He's like, go deal with it. You know, I got this. You know, I'll handle it.
Nice. Very nice.
That's the best part of this partnership.
Absolutely. That's great.
And we all went to high school together too with Maria.
No
Maria.
way.
Yeah, we've known each other over 20 years.
Yep.
Wow.
We all had the same friends.
Middle school. I did middle school with her. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think she mentioned that in the podcast. She did. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time. That's good. That's
And we're
really
still in
good.
the Rochelle.
Yeah.
And it's all in Rochelle. Nice. You both still live there.
We're both still
Wow.
in the Rochelle.
Very nice. Very nice. As you get older, what has become more important and less important?
Family. I think
Family.
family. Yeah.
And less important?
I think, you know, if you can handle a situation or a problem that same day, put it aside, wait. Tomorrow's a new beginning, it's a new start. And then you get to refresh, you get to restart. And you're like, all right, now I have a different point of view, and now I'm going to tackle it.
Nice.
You know, we can't asphyxiate ourselves in something that we can't control that specific day or the way our client is going to react. We can't control that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Clear communication.
You gonna diddle that or you got your own? Don't get lazy now, man.
This is comfortable.
Thank you. I appreciate that. More important or less important?
More important and less important.
What has become more important and what has become less important?
Well, for me, you know, at this time, it's like my kids, they're different ages, right? They're entering middle school, and these times are completely different than the times that we went to middle school, and you know, so it's for me, it's hard. It's like you can't overprotect them because then they'll also have to explore, right? And so to be able to juggle that and then understand how this generation is growing, it's like, you know, so family is very important for me. So now it's like with therapy is also teaching me how to do my ones-on-ones, you know, hey, let's go see a soccer game. Mateo likes to go soccer game. My son Leo likes to go see a soccer game. You know, we do that together, one-on-ones. Or I bring the boys over, we go do some things together. Or, you know, with Mia, the oldest, she's a foodie. She likes the you know, she's a good critic too. You know, when it comes to like, wow, this one tastes different, but I like the one from Starbucks and you know. So, and it's what is sparking is different types of relationships, like different types of conversations. Because you're giving yourself that space, you know.
Absolutely.
And so to be able to, that's very important too for me.
Nice.
and less important.
Less important, yeah.
He's on it.
I'm curious too.
Yeah.
That's like you.
Huh? less. No, less important. I mean, I think it's material things. Sometimes, like I tell Maria, I'm like, sometimes, like, you know, the house will always be a mess, especially with a family of 6, you know. Even though the kids have the responsibilities and chores, sometimes it's like, it's okay that it stays like this, you know. Because eventually that toy mess, it'll be gone eventually, you know. So, you know, it's like love and hate
really.
thing. Where it's like, hey, it's fine, you know, these get picked up, it could get cleaned the next day, like you mentioned, you know, it's always, the problems could be fixed later on, you know.
But that's her thing, you know, cleaning, you know, decluttering.
Yeah, decluttering, organizing, yeah. But then, you know, sometimes it's like, I just cleaned up over here, why is it still a mess, you know? So.
What would be the best piece of advice you'd give your younger self?
I recently gave a talk to the Boys and Girls Club yesterday, to the high schoolers, right? And what I shared was, I shared my failures in business, which is like, you know, we didn't go to business school, you know, we learned as we go, you know, like, oh, this is the situation we have, let's figure it out, looking for solutions. So there was a time where we wanted to do everything on our own, on ourselves, and it's okay to ask for help. You ask and you will receive. You know, it's the mentors. There's help out there, right? And we get that a lot. Some people come to us for help and guidance, and it feels good to just give advice out and guide them to the right direction, or don't make this mistake. You know, because we made it. You know, learn from that mistake. That's what true wisdom comes.
Absolutely.
So, you know, the advice that I would give myself and the advice that I give to my kids is, you know, research, ask, find out, you know, test.
Yeah, I like that. How about you?
I would just add to that, you know, never give up. Always try something new.
Nice.
You failed today, but tomorrow could be the win. You know, you never know which day is gonna be the win.
Absolutely.
You keep at it so much that eventually you will get there. You know.
Absolutely.
Because 10 years ago, you asked, we're gonna be here. It would have never crossed my mind.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. You never know.
Yeah.
There's that quote, plan and God laughs, or something like that, where it's like you can't really plan the future.
No.
It's gonna happen how it's gonna happen. You have no control over it. I like that. If you could have any question answered, and it could be the day and time you're gonna die, any question, what would you ask?
Oh, damn. I don't think I want to know.
No, anything you want to ask. They don't have to be that way.
I just want to go peacefully in my sleep, you know?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So what you got? Anything you want answered?
I mean, I've always been curious, just like what's out there,
Yeah.
you know, like
What do
for
you
me,
mean?
it's like curiosity of like,
What's the after?
yeah, but then also like in our solar system, like, you know, like what's really out there, you know, for me, it's like, are we the only living beings in this little speck of planet compared to the galaxy and everything? Like, how far does it exist, you know, and why can't we know? Like, is there much advanced technologies out there? So I don't know. And then it's scary too to think about, like, you know, we're human beings, that we get to experience this world with only our 6 senses. That's basically how we experience this world. And imagine we have more senses to be able to experience this world, then it would have been a different whole concept.
Absolutely.
There's animals out there that have different other senses
Absolutely.
that they get to experience this world that we don't, right? So
What's out there? I like that.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I think so. I mean, we can't really be the only ones here, right?
this is a churro talk, right?
Why are we
you're right.
limited, you know? Why are we
right.
limited to what we know?
Absolutely.
I'm curious for your answer. What's
I don't know. Maybe afterlife, but I don't know. It's got to be around there, either afterlife
Yeah,
or
it's a very deep
what's on
question,
the other. Yeah, because I don't really wonder too much. When it's the unknown, it's the unknown. I
Right.
try not to waste my time
Yeah.
trying to figure out something that
Exactly.
we can't figure out.
Yeah.
So I really don't think about that question much. I just love people's answers.
You like accusation.
I love it.
You like asking, but you don't like answering, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. If you had one law everyone on earth had to follow, what would it be?
Ooh.
One law that everybody has to follow.
Everyone got to collaborate. Accept the collab. There's a lot of people who don't accept our collabs.
Accept the collab. is
Accept the
hilarious.
collab.
We're all trying to be somewhere.
Yeah.
That your answer?
That's my answer.
What we got?
That's a weird one.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Nobody has ever asked. What's that one law that you want everybody to follow? Pay on time.
I like that.
Don't be chased, you know?
I like that.
You say, your word got to mean something.
Absolutely. Outside of the business, outside the family, businesses, outside the family, what are your overall life goals?
Well, right now, like what James mentioned before, we're refining our
Foundation.
foundation. You know, it's exploring that finance, going at a deeper understanding when it comes to budgeting, and it comes to like, now for me as having a family, I want to give more to my kids. There's the option of them going to school for whatever they want to study for, or if they don't want to go to school, then provide those resources and connections, for them to strive on that route. More family vacations. So then it's all that given those opportunities for me.
Nice. What we got?
Personally, I think I just want to be settled. I want to have that peace of mind that I don't have to worry that if the next check is coming or not, And that's where that foundation needs to be worked first.
Yep.
With a strong foundation, then we can know where we're really going to go.
Nice. I like it. We're nearing the end of the podcast. If you could please let the people know where they can find you, anything you have coming up you want them to tune into, and any last words.
Yeah. Well, they can find us at mostly we're very active on our personal Instagram, which is mine is Hugo Home Thesis, and our home improvement company is Home Thesis, and then the Gentleman's Lab 914 on Instagram. We are actually looking for barbers. We have opportunity for another 3 stations, and we have our own products, branded products, our own app. So we work for the barbers, so we're there to bring connections. Every single time we're on the field, we're talking about the barbershop. So we want them to know the next Worship and Network event is
the 29th, which is a Tuesday.
Nice.
At the end of the month,
7 p.m. Follow Worship and Network on Instagram.
James Amigon, Instagram, Facebook.
Any last words?
Tomorrow we have a soccer game, Westchester Soccer Club.
Oh, that's right, 7 p.m., right?
Yeah, we're gonna have our tent there.
Nice.
We're gonna have a few products.
Yeah. We actually became partners with the Westchester Soccer Club, so the whole team and staff gets haircuts at our barbershop. We're the go-to barbershop for them, and we're also coming up with an exclusive product line for the Westchester Soccer Club that's going to be sold online in our barbershop. It's pretty much like beard oils, body washes, shampoos.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much for the great conversation.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. Literally my pleasure. It was great. And thank you everybody that watched. Peace and love.
Wednesday.